traders, and welcome. This is not a good day for me, and let me just explain why. I made money today, but just very little. I didn't exploit this market situation. First off, I just literally ended up watching this push up. I took a very small stop out down here. So early part of the week, I'd just like to sit there and trade very light. So small stop out here, and then it just ran, and just into the doldrums, just rolled over, and then into the US. We just picked up and went back to where we came from. So all this red and this drop, I talked about the boomerang trade, but it basically went underneath the main area for me, and that sort of got me distracted. So then traded the Dow, took 50 pips off the Dow on the downside, and then it just turned and ran. So I took, actually we'd look at the 5-minute chart, it's better. We look at the open range, there's the gap. So we took off here at just after the European Open, or London Open. Ground higher, had 20-30 minutes of selling, push back up, another 25-30 minutes of selling, which I took, got 50 pips off of it, and then it just turned around, paused and ran. So just yeah, don't try and figure these markets out. Whatever you do, just you've got to trade what you see, and I didn't stick to that enough today. So we had a really big push up. There's the sell signal at those highs. Came back into the range, never closed underneath the range, held it and ran. So if I'd come back to the charts about an hour and a half later, I would have seen that we were sort of dipping into the range and holding. Had I have taken that, I would have been a good 100, 150 plus pips up. So there's a lot of red on that chart, but couple of big bars on there, and just got the wrong side of it. It happens. But the most important thing is that I didn't lose money. That's the most important thing. And even now we look as if we're heading for 3:30. We've still got, we're in the last hour. Time flies. So I've got a sell signal here into the last hour, but I am not touching it. Right, what can we expect the rest of the week? Because I'm not around now for the rest of the week. I've got a family funeral in the north of the country, so travelling a lot of tomorrow, off to Cambridge, then up to Warrington and Manchester. So this trend line here was held, so we had a low on last Tuesday, the 11th, hit, so we had a sell signal here, closed underneath the 20-day average, that's why I was shorting. Sell signal here on the 30th of August. This has turned out to be a buy signal. I didn't see it as a buy signal. I was shorting the highs. So now, if we see 26,100, we could potentially get up to 26.5, back up to these highs. You can see this trend line here from the low of May, and these recent highs is pinpointing a return to 26,700. Okay, so watch out for that. Also, I'm still on high alert for shorts, but obviously I'm not around to trade this the rest of the week anyway. One of the reasons this pink dotted line was up here because of the drop from the 2nd of Feb. So assuming we don't have a sell-off into the close or overnight, that now is support. I would, let's go back to the 60-minute chart. So we closed under Friday close here at 3 o'clock, but we immediately closed higher at 4 o'clock and used the Friday, this pink line, the Friday close, used that as support, and off we went. So last week's highs was 227, so that 200 area is now support. Was resistance, it's now support, unless of course you get a sell signal up here and we start to tumble. But all of that selling, got a sell signal there, and then they just punch through it. So I'm frustrated. You can probably tell my voice, very frustrated. You know, you do your best to prepare, mark these charts up, but expect the unexpected. And you know, if you're wrong, you're wrong. That's the name of the game. So watch out for that. Watch out for that support. The DAX, as you'd expect, the daily is well above this fib zone now. Didn't come and touch this trend line. Stayed above it. We've not closed above the 20-day average, so I'm still suspicious of this, but that is a decent close. It is engulfing bar, so look for 12,090 area for a potential push up to 12.5, or maybe even up to that resistance at 12,665, 700 area. Okay. Any currency traders watching? Pound is resting on the weekly 20, looks higher. Euro resting. It's a lower close, but I think any dip now could potentially get bought and coming up to that resistance area. Silver is really struggling. Marginally higher close, so I am just got half a position with a stop under this level here, and we'll leave that for now. See if that can get higher. The gold still flapping around 1200, path of least resistance. I suspect if we get a bit of a nice dip, a strong dip, that might get bought and flush out the weak hands, potentially get us going back up to the upside. One of the things that's happened here is that the Chinese market has gone crazy. I think this is leading the way. So there's a lovely, great big compression move here. Sustainable? Don't know. Up till now, it's not been sustainable. These pushes to the upside have been sold into. Is this one sustainable? I've been above the trend line before. It's a big push, but that's a lot of resistance. I think, well, keep trading it, keep looking at it, see if we can close, see if the pullbacks get bought and we close higher, and then you got your answer. That's had an effect on things like copper. And also, I think if you now look at this one, I'm surprised that's not higher. Very congested, but this FCX looks like a pullback around about 13.5, 13.7 to me. because that might well get going. Nice compression move there. I saw this big run up here, and that appears to be what we could be seeing now, if we can get above that level. In fact, I'll leave that one on. Close above that, hold this 14 and close above that trend line of 14.5, and this could be in for a nice run. Okay, of course, into the last hour we are definitely seeing some weakness in this Dow. Be careful, it's triple witch on Friday, be very careful. Okay, be conscious of the position size you're using and don't abuse leverage is my suggestion, my message to you. Okay, bye for now.